Today we'll be checking the fluids on a 2007 Chevy Tahoe. We'll only need a few basic items to complete these checks. You'll need a funnel, a tire pressure gauge, extra fluids such as windshield washer fluid and radiator fluid, and the last item needed will be a paper towel roll. The first step is to park the car on a flat, level surface and set the parking brake. Pull the hood release and then open the hood. Checking the motor oil. The oil should be checked after the car cools down for an hour or so. This allows the oil to drain down so you don't get a false reading. Locate the oil dipstick. On many of the new cars, it will be yellow. Pull the dipstick all the way out, releasing any clips that might be holding it in place. Use a paper towel or rag to wipe down the dipstick. This will clean off all residual oil and allow you to have a clear reading. Then reinsert the dipstick into its opening and push it firmly all the way back in. Pull it all the way out, this time reading the oil level. The dipstick has markings on it to indicate a range of acceptable oil levels. It's usually notched, dimpled, or scribed. When you're done, replace the dipstick and its opening. If the oil level is too low, appropriate oil must be added before the car can be driven. If you take it to an auto parts store like AutoZone or O'Reilly's, they will walk around the car with you and show you where to add the oil. They will also recommend what type to buy. Checking the coolant. Be sure the engine has cooled down, otherwise scalding water could spray out at you as you open the reservoir. The coolant will most likely be in a reservoir up front near the radiator. Many of them can have indicators externally on the reservoir to make it easy to check the fluid level. Cars are designed to operate with antifreeze as coolant, not just water. Antifreeze is a mixture that has a lower freezing point and generally a higher boiling point than water. If you must replenish your coolant, go buy a bottle of the correct stuff. Checking the brake fluid. Consult your manual for the location or look around for a plastic reservoir such as the one labeled brake fluid. Sometimes you can read the level of the fluid right through the plastic. Wipe the dirt off on the outside if you need to. If you still can't see it, take the cap off and look in. Cars should not consume brake fluid. Low brake fluid can indicate either a leak in the brake line or worn brake surfaces. If your brake fluid is low, have the car checked to find out why. A car with low brake fluid or leaking brake fluid could fail to stop. Checking the power steering fluid. This will generally also be in a plastic reservoir. Read it through the walls as you did with the brake fluid. You can also open the lid and it may have a dipstick in it. One for a hot engine, one for a cold engine. Read the one that's appropriate for the current condition of your car. Some cars are now equipped with electronic power steering and will not have a reservoir. Checking the windshield washer fluid. Wiper fluid won't affect the performance of your car, but this is what comes out when you use the sprayers to clean your windshield while driving. Washer fluid that's formulated to clean off bugs and other road grime is inexpensive, so it's worth getting the real thing, though topping off with a little water will do in a pinch. There is generally no harm in having low washer fluid. You will naturally use it up as you drive your car and clean the windshield. Simply refill it before it gets completely empty. If you're expecting very cold weather, be sure to use washer fluid that won't freeze in low temperature. Washer fluid with a lower freezing point is specially marked. Check your tire pressure. It's not one of the fluids under the hood, but it is essential to the efficiency and safety of your car. You should check the tires even more often than the engine fluids. Your recommended tire pressure can be found usually inside the driver's door frame. Our vehicle shows 32 psi for front and rear and 35 for the spare. Our tire pressure was between 33 and 36 psi. While checking your tire pressure, check the tread on the tires. If worn, flat, or a steel belt is showing, you will need to replace them soon. Check the transmission fluid. We saved this one for last as your vehicle needs to be warmed up and running to check it. Your car should be in park or neutral depending on the make and model. It will be the second of the two dipsticks. As with the oil, locate it, pull it out, releasing any clips, wipe it off, and push it all the way back into the bottom of its travel. Then pull it out and read the level. Again, look for the level between the two marks on the dipstick. It is usually notched, dimpled, or scribed. Transmission fluid is usually reddish in color. The interval may be as much as 100,000 miles in newer cars, so consult your manual to be sure. Checking the fluids regularly helps safeguard against breakdowns, mechanical damage, and even possible accidents. It is important that you learn to do this and can do it on the side of the road if necessary. You have just checked the fluids for your vehicle. If this helped, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.